Morning and TGIF. That's right. It is a lovely Friday, Friday the 14th of February, which means it's another very important day, Valentine's Day. That's right, here in the United States, and we've got a story about it for you. I guess it's still romantic, but we'll get there in just a few moments. We've got amazing gifts here on Valentine's Day already. We got a gifty of a membership from Hoove. Thank you, Hoove. And another wonderful gifty from Hoove again. Amazing. I hope you're doing well. Ruby Hoove got into the act as well. Look at this. You guys are on fire. Fire. Look at all these people with fresh green names. Ruby Hoove says, Hoove and I are on the road. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to the two of you after all those years. Amazing. Congratulations and have a lovely day, my friends. I hope it's incredible. Liberty Hall's cat sneaks in here and drops a gifty. That's right, a gifty. And I appreciate that. That gifty went to Goodwrench. Unknown got one. Mark Mall got one. Jan Monroe got one. And Andy Masterson got one. I hope everybody has an extraordinary happy Valentine's Day. We've got a lovely little $5 in cash from our friend Mark Fields. Says positive vibes to you all. Positive vibes indeed, my friend. And let me tell you, it doesn't go unnoticed that you give my channel support and Mr. H. So thank you for that. Keeping the channels alive. You guys are incredible. And thank you for all those positive vibes. I love it. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. Let's throw some heart emojis on those amazing super chats. And let's get saying hi to everybody else that showed up today. There's a lot of you out there. We got the weatherman here, rocking the hobo Gandalf. That's right. Little dancing Gandalf. If you're on the Rumble side, by the way, I'm working on that bear dancing emoji here this weekend. So good for me, I guess. I don't know. Ms. Pick Cafe is here. She's so lovely. Got to meet her and her husband. And she told me something about how to get a little bit of love from Rumble. And what's really bad, I completely forgot. I think it's probably the lack of sleep, so I'll have to ask her again. We got our friends like Tom F. here, who's bringing us a Follow the Bradley's Fun Raid. Thank you for that. Ron and I had a good conversation. Caledon 910 is out there, of course. And Jeremy Heath is here, says FTBF Raid. Hey, CC. Hey, Jeremy. I got to meet so many great people like Tom and many others. Tom, his wife, so many people. You guys are great. Davina Duckworth is here. Good to see you. And let's see who else popped through. Ready to check out of the hotel. Awesome. We were on the road yesterday as well, dropping 2 gifties for yesterday and today, and we'll catch up later. I hope you have fun, Hoove. A little travel on the romantic day. Ooh. Hope you got spruced up. That service dog's out there. Great to see you, my friend. And of course, look at all these amazing beings. Jan Monroe is here. I started a couple minutes early so I could have an extra couple minutes with y'all. Hey, Putin's cat's here. I saw the culture bear on the stream. I wasn't notified for. Oh no! When I tried to close it, I found that I was somehow unable to look away. Dude, I got a claim for that somehow. I still don't know. It's locked up. They put my channel funding or whatever it generated over there on like escrow or something. I'm like, this is my intro, bro. This is not from the Olympics. Okay? God, you cannot claim a countdown. This is nuts. I made the countdown. Can't claim my countdown. You guys are great. Look at all these amazing beings. There's Tom on Rumble. Thanks. She's hurting today, but yeah, mostly back to normal. All right. I'm worried about y'all. Nobody gets injured. Stop it. Snorty's here. What's up to my favorite polar bar? We got a bear story at the end here. That's a good thing. Truly. Truly, truly. And BMO Betta's here. Gonna BMO Betta over there on Rumble. Let's see if we can overcome things. Everybody hit the like button right now and share the stream. We want more people to see how amazing this is. Pick your favorite socials, share it around so I can say hi. SFXF 314 Sabertooth Raptors out there. Lord Thoth is up in Canada because he's Canadian. Let's see. Hey, Canadian Spider-Man is here. What's up, my friend? So good to see you. Mark Nichols is here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Your amazing support of this channel does not go unnoticed. And Razorburn, the Ribbit Head. What's up, Ribbit Head? Penny. Not enough twice. It's weird, isn't it? It's like a nap time movie. I don't know what's going on with that. I am halfway through my edit. I had to cut it down so much. I recorded a review for 40 minutes. I'd have been better served just doing a live stream yesterday and then chopping that up. This is nuts. What a terrible, terrible movie. Happy V-Day, says Apex Comics. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Joseph A. is out there. We got some time this morning, so I'm not going to be too pressed. Although I do have to give myself time to edit because I got to get that video out. Holy cow, it's Frank's birthday. Frank's birthday. We're going to sing to Frank. Somebody remind me, it's Frank's birthday. I'm putting a star on that. All right. Olaf is here. I missed the new intro. Oh, okay. Well, the goal is to make that part of the intro be what Putin's cat and others were looking for, where they were waiting for whatever commercials were running, I guess. I didn't know that was happening. Good gravy. Mark Nichols drops 50 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, Mark. Did you hit the lottery? Thank you. Holy cow. Holy cow. The generosity is ridiculous. Somebody remind me, we got to sling some cheddar because to make it all more better. Got RC out there. Man, I'm still rattled from the gifting. The gifting. It's amazing. You guys are going to make me cry. Don't do that. Good gravy. Look at all those green names. And look, Jeremiah Hembry sent a super chat for 5 Culture Casino clams. Interview Mexican Iron Man. I certainly will. He's one of my best pals. Love that guy. All right. Goodness. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Whew. Wow. 50. Stitch. 14 months a member. Thanks, Stitch. Says, happy Friday, Culture and Culturians. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at all these amazing beings. Donovan, Istophobos, William King, Morgan King, Rod Thunderheart. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and wherever you're watching. Thanks for checking out 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 19 stories and all, plus the bear story at the very end. We are going bonus time, so let's slow down just a little bit and just say, hey, Captain America Brave New World got all of the YouTubers and everybody from social media to go out on Thursday night to preview a film because nobody in their right mind is going to bore their Valentine's Day date to death, which is what's going to happen because this movie is dull. It's very bad. It has no pacing, no focus, no through line that makes sense. Lots of interruptions, bad ADR, which means they recorded voiceovers in a crazy way. Holy cow! Staccato DDS dropping 10 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that, Staccato. My goodness. But I know this much. It earned $12 million on a preview night, which is $2 million more than a film that was released in 2014, which was Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which is interesting. Adjusted for inflation, that's not really an impressive number. So Deadline, try to weigh a little bit differently on things. Dissent is growing at Disney over the perceived capitulation to Trump as DEI initiatives are diminished. Yes, 2 key programs have been dropped and more are going to be. Word from the inside is the employees are so upset. Well, when you hire the cultists to join your particular organization, when you deviate from the tenets of the cult, there's going to be a problem. We'll talk about this more in bonus time, along with some other things that's Disney related as well. But Yellowjackets season 3 isn't winning over the critics, saying that it's more lopsided than ever and doesn't seem to deliver in an even way. There is a lot missing from this, including the absence of somebody who had an off-screen death, amongst many other things. We've got AMC Networks having a rough day at their earnings call, where they have their revenue slide about 12% in Q4. They are going to have some problems, and I imagine their shares will fall. No kidding. We've got the BAFTAs, which there's an argument about whether or not they seem to reflect what will be at the Oscars. I don't think so. I have a feeling that we'll see a lot of BAFTA winners win Oscars as well. Just seems the way it is. Speaking of the way it is, well, looks like Kanye and his wife, Bianca Censori, which fortunately they've censored the jiggly bits that you're not supposed to show on screen. They're done. They're going to get a divorce. She's going to rock that $34 million North Beverly Hills mansion, and he's still living in a hotel in Tokyo. So there's that. Speaking of there's that, Lorne Michaels said that SNL is nonpartisan. Well, first and foremost, I laugh in your face, Lorne. That's such a lie. But then he went after Samantha Bee saying you can't be, which is true. She is a partisan hack. Regardless, she fired back at him saying that Lorne Olivate's the loudest guy. And I'm like, what if it's the loudest woman? Because I'll tell you, Gilda Radner was amazing. Moving on, we got Screamboat. That's right, the horror film about Steamboat Willie that's going to be out there in the world. They got a couple trailers out. It's for sale, and it's got a UK deal. This will be very interesting indeed. We got Robert Pattinson saying the Batman will start shooting this summer, it looks like. So I'm looking forward to not going to see that in theaters. We've got the State Department putting the brakes on a $400 million purchase of armored Teslas that was started by the Biden administration. Now, the AP is incredibly biased, which I wonder why they're not making it into the White House special events any longer. But this was initially started in May of 2024 when Biden was president. Notice how you're in the second paragraph of a very misleadingly headlined article. You suck, AP. Very much. By the way, the stock market doing great, swimmingly flirting with a record again. And we've got U.S. retail sales plunging because, well, it's no longer the holidays. By the way, this happens every year. Misleading doom and gloom headlining AP. Of course. Of course. We've got federal funding freeze disrupting organizations supporting foster youth, job growth, and all kinds of other U.S. aid programs that were not any of these things that they're trying to tout with another misleading headline. UK economy ekes out a modest growth. No, it doesn't. It didn't even keep up with inflation over there, and especially not on the energy market. You know why? That growth was 0.1%. Holy cow, not a lie, but not very forthright. AP sucks, but at least they got this one right. The EU Commission is vowing to react firmly and immediately to Trump's tariffs. Let me tell you something. He's just looking for reciprocal tariffs equal to what the EU charges us for their goods. We're going to get back to tariffs in bonus time, I promise you, because there's more to talk about when Taiwan reacts in a positive way, not the EU way, and says we're going to invest more in the U.S. We're going to communicate better. We're going to hang out with our partners. Well, again, the AP reporter was blocked from another event, the Trump Modi news conference, because of the Gulf of America fight. See? Misleading headline once again. Look, the AP can choose what they want to do and what they don't want to do. What they are doing is pretty ridiculous. And I don't care if Mexico sues Google or whatever. You can call that Gulf whatever you want. On U.S. maps and in U.S. territory, it is the Gulf of America. Sorry. Anyway, we got a couple more stories. We're going to get to them in bonus time, and then we're gonna throw out some cheddar. Careful how you do that gesture, though, because the people want to go after you, thinking that you did some kind of a salute. My goodness, let me tell you a little bit about a couple of these other stories. Like, I want to talk about the fact that it's Valentine's Day, Saint Valentine's Day, and that somehow we connected that with a bit of romance here in the United States. It's a Hallmark holiday for sure, and yet I don't think there's anything wrong with recognizing your partner. I think that's really important. In fact, I think the first thing you say when you get up, if you possibly can, to your mate is Happy Valentine's Day and other things that go along with that. I think it's very, very important. I think that's what you're supposed to do. First and foremost, it lets them know on another day in your life that you appreciate them and what they mean to you. And that's what Valentine's Day is about. So AP actually did a decent little bit here, probably somebody who still has a head on their shoulders over there, and basically says, here's a survey: fun and romantic or outdated and stressful? And how U.S. adults feel about Valentine's Day? Well, this went through a lot of ladies over there, and they put forth the idea that many Valentine's Day's plans includes a romantic partner or family. Ooh, that's a surprise, because Valentine's Day is about your partner and your relationship together. You silly dunces. You can tell this is a DEI influenced group of humans. But about half of single people are celebrating Valentine's Day. Oh, really? They're celebrating Valentine's Day or in some way based on relationship status. And of course, they have this little graph here. If you choose to, you can go check it out. But U.S. adults see Valentine's Day as more romantic and fun, with 38% saying romantic and 34% saying fun. Only 22% say it's outdated, and only 14% say it's stressful. I would say get some more fun in your life. But you can go and look at this. It's the only thing colorful on the AP website at all. It's easily found. And I think it is pretty representative of my experience with all the people around me. How about you? Do you find it exciting and new, like the Love Boat? I don't know. I do. I think it's lovely to be able to tell your partner, Happy Valentine's Day. This means a little more today. There's a lot of people that have birthdays. I now know of 5 people that, thanks to Frank, know that there's a birthday today. So there's that. We got a little bit of a super duper here from of Norwegian krona from Accident Seller for 20 Norwegian krona. That is some clams here. I'm not sure what that translates in American, but anyway, partner, what's that? What an odd concept culture. Hey, be single if you want to, but life's mo better with another person there. I'm just saying. And there's a lot of reasons to celebrate, some reasons not to celebrate, which I completely understand, as is brought forth in the chat here by one of our amazing contributors. Let's see if I can find it. I just saw it. Why is it not working? There it is. That service dog who says, my husband and I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Our anniversary is in 10 days, so we just celebrate that. That, again, makes perfect sense to me. I always like to make sure, though, that, we get a little happy in this day, a little extra happy. And I think that's okay. But again, if that's how you choose to celebrate, I understand. We got one last story. It's always some bear news at the very end. Canadian Spider-Man likes being single. Okay, my friend. Yeah. I've just found that it's better with Mo better. All right. So let's take a look at the bear story, and then we will thank the people who just bombed me with love here in memberships, or I guess all of you. So let's take one last look at a bear story, or one first look at this bear story, and say the Florida wildlife folks are monitoring a black bear in a tree on Gulf Breeze Parkway. Advises public to give it space. It's just chilling in a tree. You know what I mean? Cognitive nomad is out there fishing for fishes somehow. Okay. Let's see. Gulf Breeze, Florida. the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is actively monitoring the situation with a bear up in a tree. It's just past the Live Oak Village, so if you live in that area, like maybe Snorty, you can travel around, see if you can find him. He's hanging out in a nice big tree. Florida Wildlife Commission officers have been to the area to monitor the situation, and they provided a statement on Thursday afternoon, just yesterday. FWC bear biologists and law enforcement are actively monitoring the situation. We advise residents to follow the directions of the FWC staff on location, allow the bear space to leave the area on its own. Black bears are not generally aggressive unless they have rabies, but like any wild animal, if they feel threatened, they can become defensive or remain in a place of safety, such as a tree. Well, there's that. I love it. All right, let's get back to the show. But I just thought that was kind of a cute little bear in a tree. Good little Valentine's Day story. You get teddy bears and stuff. You know what a teddy bear is, right, guys? Okay. Anyway. Let's take a look at some more amazing super duper chats and acknowledge the ones. You know what? I got to throw some cheddar at you. Folks, in honor of the amazing gifties that we received from Mark Nichols and Staccato DDS. My goodness, we went big. We went big. We did not go home. Thank you all very much. Let's take a look at some cheddar. Let's sling some cheddar because it's always makes it mo better. Boom.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys, yeah.
That's right. Sweet, sweet cheddar. Thank you, Mark Nichols, and thank you, Staccato DDS. We got a few more super chats that rolled through just recently. Would say that, of course, we've got one from T-Neil89. What's up, T-Neil? This guy. Anyway, this guy says, this just gives the whiny Disney shriekers the opportunity to pursue their true callings as toll booth operators or landmine hammerers. I don't know if I want that job. Holy cow. That'd be explosive. Oh boy. I love it. You guys are great. Hey, Clifflix is here. What's up, my friend? For 10 Culture Casino Cash says, what is Valentine's Day equivalent of bah humbug? All hail the bear dog. Oh, you hit me in the heart every time, Clifflix. Check out Clifflix's channel, please. It's so well worth it. If you're looking for the good that Disney can make, Clifflix actually features it, and it's amazing the work that he does. So I can't say enough nice things about this guy, and he just sent me $10. So I'm going to say more nice things and just say, hey, bah humbug is, I don't know, Pshaw for Valentine's Day. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know, something Greek. Anyway, thank you, Clifflix, and thank you for the 10 Culture Cash. Oh, I love you people. Accident seller for another 50. Norwegian Krona says, if you don't like being alone with yourself, then you're bad company. Oh, I don't mind being alone with myself. I'm mostly alone with myself now. This is a big empty house, so, if it's during the day, it's quiet. It's okay. I get to work. I love what I do. So I don't mind. I don't mind it. Hey, I was alone for a day and a half when I was traveling recently. So that's a lot of time to be alone with your thoughts. You know how dangerous my thoughts are? Woo. Terrifying. Krimlon. Thank you, Krimlon, for 10 Culture Casino memberships. We are on this enormous roll today. Look at it's raining green. Hallelujah. Okay. A terrible voice this morning. I apologize. Lord, I apologize. All right, what else we got? We got lots of these great people out there. But let's talk a little bit about the dismal Disney situation. I'm going to have to build a scene here very quickly because, extra bonus, that's what we'll call the scene. extra bonus scene. But the goal is to oops, I didn't quite want to go there just yet. But no, I want to build out a scene so that we can share what's going on out there. First and foremost, the Disney situation is just kind of amusing. There was, as T. Neal was kind of alluding to, I feel like it was just a matter of time before, Disney had to quote unquote capitulate. That's one of my favorite words. I can't believe they dared to use that deadline. I'm surprised they know what it means. But I'm not surprised by the support I get from this guy, Weatherman, for 5 Culture Casino clams. Says $5 for the Wookin' Man and watch for sleeping bears. True story. That bear was just having a nap in a tree. And they just take a longer nap than we do. Accident seller. Ooh, a day and a half. Hey, don't be mean. Mean. We got to turn. There we go. And see if we can embiggen that. There we go. And let's see who else is out there chatting me up. Hey, Izash Melody is here. The current Holy See. Uh-oh. Most definitely poops on something. I don't know. Rachel Zegler will be alone watching Snow Woke. I don't know, Humphrey Bear. Possibly. Nicholas Horton. Boomer. Yes, I am. Beautiful day, Mark Fields. It is. Yeah, unlike KK, there was no fade in. That was just bye-bye CC. Hey, you guys can watch me actually build this scene. That should be fun. Let's see. There, see? I start out with infinite darkness. And I try to populate it with other things. So how to build a scene with Culture Casino. Let's put today's thumbnail behind me. Oops, that's in front of me. I'm going to put that behind me. And hey, Rocky, watch me pull a thumbnail out of my hat. Look at that. Oh. All right. And that is not the best. All right. There's me and Trump. I'm covering up Iger. Now I need to put the story out there. We'll get there, folks. But no, I'm truly just not surprised by Disney having to do this. I don't think any of you are either. The situation itself over at Disney is not the most positive in the world. I think a lot of employees will tell you that they're kind of concerned with how things are over there. I wouldn't blame them at all. The people that are rational humans, not like some of the crazy people. Because there's still going to be crazy people, folks. We can't get rid of them all. That doesn't work. You could try, but a lot of the most creative people are actually out of their minds. So there's mostly no getting rid of them. Anyway, there's the story. So I'm not sure why anybody would care, but going back to the way Disney is still the best that they could hope for. The fact that the perception over there is that Iger's capitulating is, well-founded, perhaps. The situation is dire, and as they're going to watch their theme parks go down the toilet, their films are being lightly attended, and a lot of people are just not super thrilled with all of the DEI garbage. So regardless of whether Trump's involved or not, they were going to have to change directions. And according to this article, recent bends by Disney related to the court battle and diversity programs that appear to appease President Donald Trump and the MAGA crowd has left the home of the self-described happiest place on earth not so joyful for some staff. And again, specifically, the front-facing stuff obviously is going to be in the theme parks. the stuff behind the scenes is only going to be paid attention to by the trade rags here, like Deadline and Variety and all of that. So the moves at Disney come amid a hard push by the new Trump administration to end DEI initiatives because, well, they're racist, which is true. Nobody wants to hear that. That's, writing pieces like this, but they are very, very racist. So any move to change them is going to feel like bending the knee to the employees that are there. So in addition to defunding and banning such programs in the federal government, there's been widespread actions by Trump and his team against media companies, including Trump's now $20 billion suit against, $20 billion suit against CBS, and the FCC launching an investigation into Comcast policies to end the scourge of DEI. By the way, that the Comcast story isn't getting enough coverage, so maybe I'll do a video on that. The people inside the Mouse House are saying it's like Chapek on steroids, because that's what he was trying to do before they forced him into that what looked like a hostage video with somebody aiming a firearm at him. Right? Pretty crazy. This is a good question from a good friend. Would bringing back, oh boy, oh my friend, you know of what you speak. It would bringing back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, be the ultimate catastrophic death blow? Mic drop? Yes, I think it would be. I think you have, again, you got to check out Clifflix. But I think it would be. Or is that going way too far and just too savage and brutal? I don't think it's either. Acknowledging the actual composition of humanity should not be in any way be offensive. So there's that. Truly. But yeah, Mark's like 20 billion. Yeah, 20 billion. CBS got big trouble. Not only that, they've violated election laws all over the place. But that's another discussion. We can get there. But no, I think Clifflix is correct. I think this would be like a gut punch were they to roll all the way back to that. You remember the happy, smiling, entertainment that showed up in the morning? The cast members that would go, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you and you and you and you. Good morning. That was an amazing thing. And that was right after the ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it was just amazing. Hey, what's up, Jim? Who? That was just amazing back then, right? And it's only a recent thing that ended in the last decade. Why? Because of the neo-Marxism, because of this USAID and all these other programs that were literally buying social change. They were doing their level best to try to, make us into a country that would accept a lack of liberty, a lack of privacy, all of these things. We need to start getting those things back, which I have to tell you, it looks like we're trucking forward, my friends. So that's a good thing. And Accident Seller said another 50 krona. Did I read this already? It says, speaking of Disney, what sounds better in 2025? Shidney Plus? Pisney Plus? I vote for Pisney Plus. Okay, well, I just call it Disney minus. Then I'm satisfied. Putin's cat, what's up, friend? Says Rachel will be in a new movie called Blow Bloke. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Back to bonus time. Hang on. I owe somebody a birthday wish. Let me fulfill that very quickly. Tipping barn. I'll get to that in a minute, too. To our friend, Frank. It's his birthday. Everybody send cake in the chat if you haven't already. There we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Frank. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There you go. Happy birthday, Frank. I hope it's a good one, my friend. And it's on Valentine's Day, which is awesome. Super duper awesome. Cynthia Cutter says, I wouldn't disturb anybody napping in a tree, including you, Snortopoopas. Well, there you go. Canadian Spider-Man says, China will now shadow ban your channel and get YouTube to limit your growth. I'm already there, dude. YouTube shut down my growth. I had that big growth splash getting into 30K, and then poof, nobody was watching my videos. That one video, that Snow White video, everybody watched. But man, I was getting like 500 views on videos after that. And they were good videos. You guys probably didn't even see them. You probably didn't get them out there. You need to turn on all notifications. So there's that. But yeah, I'm curious to how many people saw Captain African America last night. I did. It's terrible. Review to follow shortly. I really didn't enjoy it. Humphrey Bear says National Walt Disney Day. There's that. Go back to what has been unburdened by what can be. There you go. Caveat ties. Garbledygook. DEI allows companies to lose money. No, well, yeah, that's kind of all it does. Because you're immediately undermining productivity, merit. You're putting people in positions they are not qualified for, ready for, or in any way capable of performing at a high level. We'll have to see. Hey, Dean, good to see you. Humphrey Bear asked a good question. I'm inclined to say yes. I don't know how she doesn't win, to be fair, which is why, and Disney is much more terrified of disclosure, right? We found out a lot of things through disclosure. Imagine the transparency we're seeing with the USAID stuff. Imagine that transparency elsewhere. I mean, seriously. Imagine that at Disney. Imagine that at any corporation. Comcast doesn't want any of this smoke. Paramount doesn't want any of this smoke. They're trying to get themselves bought off by Skydance. Nobody wants any of that smoke. Cynthia Carter says, in regards to Disney, it's a sad sign that these employees think this stuff is only opposed by Trump and hardcore MAGA. Their weirdness just isn't popular with normies, and it's killing their bottom line. That's true. And it, like, ingraining it into the daily life in a theme park for people, forget it. I don't know. But Clifflix agrees. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think you're right, my friend. I think that would be a terrible gut punch to them. Sing zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay, Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual, everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay, wonderful feelings, wonderful day. I think those are the words. I don't know. But as Tipping Barn said, for 5 Culture Casino cash, happy Single Awareness Day. Oof. I don't know. Mark Field says, keep it up, Crusader. You keep it up, my friend. And thank you for all your support. Hey, Mark Daly's here. Valentine's Day is for people with a heart. And as a claims adjuster, that's not me. Come on. You're a fair guy. You're a good guy. Hey, Enoch, the Altrusian, woke Disney. Yes, very true. Oh, look at all these amazing people. And the support today. My gosh, my eyeballs are still rolling from the generosity. You guys are killing me. Bill Blom says, wonder if Disney is going to restore the sidewalk that the veterans used to use to get to the park. I don't know. Mark Nichols' Cap Force seems to try to dunk on Trump. Backfire. Oh, it was terrible. The analogies, the allusions to things, the allusions to things, the complete diatribe at the end, the last scene. Who here is on Criticless? I am. I'm going to fill out after I finish editing my video and put it up for all of you to watch, because you're all going to watch it, right? Not along with culture. And then of course I will write my actual review over on Criticless, and then I will link to the video on Criticless as well, which is a cool thing you can do. Drink from the gender hose. Yeah, or the fire hose anyway. Criticless is great. Blaine and his team have built something solid. I love it. Hey, is Tina here? Hey, Tina. Chad St. John is here. Plenty of DEI headed my way. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Captain Action. I hope everybody has a lovely day. A little bit of chocolate in your life, if you're not allergic to it, is lovely. Dark chocolate specifically. Sweet chocolate, maybe not so much. But the neat thing about chocolate it has a unique thing called a flavonoid. Flavonoid. You should get one of those. It's good for you. Hey, Captain Ed, Straker of Shadow. Hey, it's my birthday too. Is it really? Well, let's send out a piece of pie or a slice of cake for Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. And a quick happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Commander Ed Straker of Shadow, happy birthday to you, and plenty more. Olaf signed up for Criticless. Awesome. There's the talented Andy Masterson. How are you doing, sir? This guy is awesome. In person, he's even more awesomer. So just so you know, get a chance to meet him. There you are. Who found the marble in the oatmeal? What a great bit. You know, I really love it when Pro plays that. It's so great. It's awesome. All right. What else we got? We got love is what I got. I said, remember that. I said, love is what I got. All right. So let's get back to things that annoy Culture Casino. Obviously, Disney annoys Culture Casino, but other things also annoy Culture Casino. For example, we have manipulation around this story, courtesy of somebody who is not straightforward. They just like to try to dump on Trump. And again, I mean, I like to Trump on Biden, but at least I was factual. This story was distorted yesterday on social media across the planet and by news outlets who didn't do any research. The State Department put a halt to a plan to buy $400 million worth of armored vehicles from Musk's Tesla. Well, from Tesla. And again, when I covered the story in the 6 Minute Daily, I would like to go into a little more detail because the plans have been put on hold by the Trump administration after reports emerged about a potential $400 million purchase for these armored electric vehicles. The State Department spokesperson said electric car company owned by Musk, it's a public company, who has become the advisor. They're trying to dismantle agencies and trim down, downsize the federal government workforce. Was the only one that expressed interest back in May 2024 when Joe Biden was president. And while it was in its planning stages, the deal with Tesla was forecast to be the largest contract of the year. It shows how some of his wealth. See, they are tying two things together in an incongruent way. It shows how some of his wealth has come and was still expected to come from taxpayers before the plans are put on hold. Mr. Musk has been working with NASA and many other government agencies for a long period of time. He maintains many different types of classified qualifications. He's classified in things that most people don't even know because theirs are classified. So he's been working with the government for a long, long time. Are you going to go after, Boeing? Are you going to go after Lockheed Martin? I mean, this is a strange thing, right? So anyway, his companies obtain hundreds of millions of dollars each year in contracts. Yeah, to do space stuff. SpaceX has secured nearly $20 billion in federal funds since 2008 to ferry astronauts and satellites into space. Is anybody surprised by this? Like, they're really trying to criminalize this in a strange way. So no government contract has been given to Tesla or any other manufacturer to produce armored electric vehicles for the Department of State, the agency said. The Biden administration had tasked the State Department to gather information from potential suppliers of these vehicles in September. An official request for bids was to be released in May, according to the State Department data from December. But that solicitation is now on hold with no plans to issue it. So there you go. Nothing burger blown up into something that seemed skeevy. But you don't know this from the headline, and you don't know it from the first paragraph. You don't even really understand it from the second paragraph. And like all modern news outlets, it's all about a narrative trying to make this guy the bad guy. Oh, Gabby, thanks for being here. And thank you for my congratulations yesterday. And I'm sorry you're headed out. So there's that. I have just seen J.D. Vance's speech about Europe. Excellent. Oh, yeah, he kicked down a door for sure. Being like, what are you afraid of free speech for, basically? That's the best part of that. If you get a chance to watch it, it was extraordinary. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. And amazing stuff. Amazing neat. Hang on a minute. Did somebody drop another? Hang on. Kremlin. Staccato. Mark Nichols. Liberty Halls. Man, that's a ton. Thank you guys for the amazing contributions on the subscriber side. For those of you who now have a membership here, let me just tell you, not next Tuesday and not the following Tuesday, but like the first Tuesday in March, for those of you who are just awarded these, you will have access to the watch party stream. You're going to want to come. We are watching Naked. No, wait, that's this coming next Tuesday. We are going to be watching another comedy classic. A lot of you have given some great suggestions. You can watch it with us, actually, because we are broadcasting all of this privately just to you. So sit in our living room while we watch it and watch it with us. It'll be a lot of fun. So there's that. So anyway, just a quick reminder, because so many of you got green names. So welcome. Yeah. So boy, Frank's birthday and Commander Ed Straker's birthday. What a great day. I love this holiday. I know many of you don't, but I do. A little something extra special. For those of you over on the Green Machine, I just want to say thanks again to an entire month, basically, of membership gifting from the Weatherman. Thank you, my friend. And we'll get you your dancing bear emoji, hopefully sometime this weekend. Well, let's see. Da-da-da. Oh, by the way, I don't get to pick the movies. I let Toxin Comics Division. I make suggestions, but oh man, the stock market, they were trying to make it sound like it was going to be rough today. It's not. So I love my friends in the UK very much. John Yulden is one of them. Obviously, Mr. H and many others. But we all agree on one common thing, which is there's a lot going on over there that does not get discussed as much as it deserves to. And to be frank, trying to pretend that this is a good story or meaningful in any way, the story I'm about to show you, is laughable at best. And I mean, I'm one of those guys that I want to call balls and strikes. That's just the way I am. I want to call out good things and bad things. So let's take a look at this. It's reported as a good thing. When I touched on this in the 6-Minute Daily. And again, it's hard to get through 19 or 20 stories in 6 minutes, which is why I love doing the show. It's also why I love bonus time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. UK economy ekes out modest growth. No, it didn't. In the last quarter of 2024, it had a quote unquote strong December. Do you know what ekes out modest growth is? It's 0.1%. 0.4% expansion in December was the result of a broad-based expansion, with pubs doing particularly well in the run-up to Christmas. Apparently, y'all like to drink. It's not a surprise to me, especially with the government you have. But the fourth quarter figures, the economy grew by 0.9% overall in 2024. Folks in the UK, what's your running inflation rate right now? I'm just curious. What's your running inflation rate? Hey, what's up, Colossus Rex? Yeah, Keir Starlin, our government. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Dave Bob. The entirety of Europe is in a bad situation. Yes, because guess what, my friends that are in the EU, the UK, and other places that are in the region, you bowed and kowtowed to a green energy idea that's killing your country. It's killing your economies. The center of all things that were driving economic good in Europe prior to the EU being formed was Germany. You took away Germans' power. They're not making enough power to make things. They're not cheap power, energy. Energy is the key to a solid economy. So when somebody cuts your energy in favor of some green bologna sausage, what's that mean? It means you're going to tank your economy. Yeah, 0.4 running with scissors. 0.4% is anemic, not modest. Oh, I'm with you 1,000%. But my point being is that if you step back and you look at this, there's no growth in Europe. It's negative. You're tanking left and right. The central bank in Europe had to cut back on the rate, despite the fact that the prices are still hot. You got problems. We got problems here in the States. Don't get me wrong. Lots of them. But when I look at this, I'm like, come on now. I mean, look, the British economy, the Bank of even halved the growth forecast for 2025 to 0.75%. What's the running rate of inflation in the UK? If it's only 0.75%, then goody. But it's not. Robust or actual regular growth here in the States is 3.2%. The AP and many other news outlets have been trying to pretend that's solid growth. Bologna sausage. 2.8% is scraping by in growth. If inflation is lapping you twice at the same time, how's that growth? I mean, yeah, there's economic growth for sure. Maybe we should go back to how we used to calculate growth before they change this to try to make a terrible economy look good. And yes, I am referring to Biden and other previous Democratic regimes. Notice when they start fudging with the numbers. 2.4% in Europe. Thank you, Olaf. I'm telling you right now, it's not good. You know, the UK's solution is something that's not part of the green bologna sausage. It's actually putting in place a third runway at Heathrow Airport. Great. More people coming in and stripping you of your resources and energy in the form of tourists. Now, tourism economies are fine, but that's if you're actually producing power and not pipe dreams and putting your farmers out of business in the UK. You know, you kind of need to eat food. So when I see stories like this, I get a little perturbed, a little angry. Olaf says on average in the 10 years, we have about 3.12 inflation every year. So prices went up 30% compared to 10 years ago. Yeah. And what's your growth rate? Yeah, we've had, Dean, you're correct. We've had a lot of parting shots from the Sleepy Boys administration. Indeed. I mean, look, all you have, if you want to keep egg prices high, kill 100 million chickens. What's that going to do to egg prices? For some bologna sausage thing? Come on now. Do you know where the world's most expensive energy is? The UK, folks. I have friends living in blankets and jackets year round when it's cold. Not year round, but when it's cold. Because the heat, it's too expensive to heat. This is the results of neo-Marxist economic models. Taking your money and moving it over there. This is why the U.S. aid thing is, it's again, I'm sorry, I misspoke, USAID. Because there is zero or very little, a fractional amount of aid that's actually provided out of that slush fund. It's all neo-Marxist money. And some of the claims being made online by senators who should know better that are leading the way in misinformation. Come on now. Getting tired of that. But again, one more thing. I have more things to talk about. I got one more thing to talk about, and that's tariffs, because I promised. Tariffs are a good thing, especially in a country like ours. We used to be funded entirely as a country by tariffs. We didn't have taxes. Personal income tax was supposed to be temporary and voluntary. There's really not a great mechanism in place to really enforce this, because guess what? If you look at USAID, you're not getting representation. In fact, it can be argued right now, the current government, even though it was elected by the citizenry, does not represent their interests. They go against them all the time. They are not fulfilling their duty, which means we need to figure out a way to do like express recalls in this country. And Weatherman for $1 says neo-Marxist diversity cultist culture. That's true. That's very true. Here's the super chat itself. So let's take a look at this story, because I think this one shot me to the top of the roof this morning. I love doing the show. It wakes me up. People are like, how does it wake you up, culture? Because every day they put something crazy on here. And if you look at it from a business perspective, it's even more ridiculous. You're like, how can this exist? This is why Disney is unaffordable in 100 different ways. They're putting their money in the wrong places in their company. Do you know how much money they would save if they got rid of all of the DEI and the special, the special programs and everything else, the employees they don't need that they hired in for quote unquote diversity's sake? Yeah, yes. Thank you, M. Tax Shark. One of the long time old school folks here. Good to see you, my friend. Says less chickens means less eggs, means higher prices. Come on, man. Milton Friedman isn't in charge anymore. You can take my word as a Biden. Great job, culture. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah. We need Mr. Soul, to be fair. Let's bring up that leader that's ways down south here from the States. He's doing pretty good. That Melee guy, not bad. Not bad. I think as we find who's responsible for this, and you can clearly point to the WEF, Klaus Schwab, and the EU, and the global leader folks. And by the way, all those people are global leader WEF folks that are in the EU. I can't believe something that would have been a good trade block thing initially became so bastardized by ideologues. That's why you cannot do those kinds of deals. You'll lose your sovereignty, which is why we got out of the WHO, the Paris Accords, and everything else. I'm not going to sacrifice my sovereignty, my opportunity, or anything else. Americans do not want that stuff. They don't. And we didn't want it going in. The NAFTA was a bad idea. It needed to be renegotiated from the very beginning. But let's look at the tariffs, because tariffs are not what they're described in this article. The AP is trying to terrify you again, because they're disingenuous. I'm so sick of news organizations. I think a lot of you here are as well. Let's take a look at this other article here, which I think I have properly selected now. And we'll do one more extra bonus thing with a little culture rant on the side. Yum. The EU Commission vows to react firmly and immediately to Trump's tariffs. React to what? Reciprocal tariffs. You're going to charge us this for that. We're going to charge you the same. That's what reciprocal means. Okay, you're going to do this. I'm going to do that. Tit for tat, whatever you want to call it. We want even and fair trade. The EU does not. Why? Well, because they've been getting away with murder for a long, long time, since their foundation, at least in regards to dealing with the United States. So we say reciprocal tariffs because we want our goods and services to be equally represented in your country. Because let's take vehicles, for instance. Vehicles specifically, if you've looked into it, are unapproachable in many of these European countries because of how much they cost. It's cheaper to buy something made there. That needs to be the same here in the States. If you want a BMW, you're now going to pay way more for it. Or this country, who's screwing us on the auto industry side there, is going to have to buckle under and bring their tariffs down. That's all it is. And they try to present it as a tax. Well, it's a tax between governments on trade goods. That's true. But one of the reasons the States has a deficit when it comes to the trade situation with all other countries is because we're the world's largest consumer. Well, if you want your goods at the world's largest consumer, you're going to have to figure out a way to make them not cost us in tariffs. It's not that hard. And yet people in the government don't seem to get it. Sean Carter drops a member chat. Thank you, Sean. He's been here for 7 months. Thank you, my friend. Saying specifically, but we're in a constitutional crisis. No, we're not. We're not. Separation of powers is something they don't understand or they misconstrue, and again, that's probably intentionally when they're doing presentations. The rule of law was laughable for the last 15 years, especially during the previous Trump administration. This time around, not so much. You're not going to have these swamp dogs that have been around for so long giving Trump bad advice and setting him up for failure. There's a lot of evidence being built up against a lot of people inside the government. The government bureaucracy, it has a lot of crazy idea people in it, and they've been in place for decades. We need to restructure and replace a lot of the Hollywood insiders that are actually part of the government. Yeah, I know that sounds odd, but that's basically what it is. You have government inside people that have been working against conservative administrations in favor of who's paying them off. By the way, had I known that I could have just sent the Treasury an invoice for $750 million for entertainment services rendered, I would have. Apparently, they would have paid it. I've been entertaining you, right? It's not a lie. But that's how they get away with it. I don't know. That would feel a little skeevy. I wouldn't want to do something like that. Maybe a couple million. Anyway. But let's move on to this story. So the European Union's executive branch, see, They try to have an executive branch, separation of powers. This is ridiculous. Vowed to take firm and immediate action against U.S. President Donald Trump's imposition of tariffs on steel and aluminium. See, I said it proper for the English folks out there. The European Commission said in a statement that Trump's proposed reciprocal trade policy goes in the wrong direction. Understand, that's fancy words for we are not favored. We don't come out on top. We don't win the deal if it's reciprocal. We have to win by a lot because, reasons. Yeah, that's why MAGA is a good thing. Make America great again. America first. These are things most people can get behind here in this country. One of the reasons the election went the way it did. I know that's not surprising to many of you. We get another amazing super chat here from Sean Carter for 5 Culture Casino cash. Hey, Larry. Sorry, just saw Larry. Says for 5 Culture Casino cash. I know we have said this a lot before, but it finally feels like we're seeing the final re. Oh, no, you're right. The final re started a few months ago, and it's just getting louder. The din. Cacophony of reeing. Oh, I love that word, cacophony. That's a word you won't see in a trade mag. But anyway, this is a win, Sean. We're just going to keep taking the wins. And thank you for the $5. I'll take that win. Very much so. Thank you all for your contributions. So again, reciprocal goes in the wrong direction because we don't come out on top, because we don't have a favorable margin. So the EU will take firm and immediate action against unjustified barriers for free and fair trade. Okay. Free trade is reciprocal. Fair trade is reciprocal. So why don't we just not come out on the wrong side of every deal? As people in the United States. So they want us to come out on the wrong side of the deal. All right. I'm going to tell you right now, industries will restart here in the United States that we haven't had for multiple decades. We're going to bring steel production back to the U.S. We're going to have better steel than we've been getting. Hopefully we're able to produce prior to the quality of steel that used to build our battleships, as rough and rugged as they were. And some of them have lasted for decades and decades beyond their initial thought serviceable use. We're going to be able to build new shipyards, which we need. We'll be able to build new things here in the States. We'll be able to produce more jobs. We'll be able to make more people wealthy. We'll decrease the wealth gap that has only increased since the Obama administration. Technically, before that, it was already curving drastically, widely apart. But when including tariffs are used, including when tariffs are used to challenge legitimate and non-discriminatory policies. Okay, well, the EU will always protect European businesses and workers. Well, then you can't blame the United States for ponying up and doing the same finally, right? So the Commission, which negotiates trade relations on behalf of 27-nation bloc, said the EU has some of the lowest tariffs in the world and sees no justification for increased U.S. tariffs on its exports. Well, sorry. But I'm not sorry for flying blind on a rocket cycle, sending me a Shiba Inu dog saying, hi. Hello, my friend. It's good to see you. I am number one, by the way. And thank you. Flying blind on a rocket cycle. I love to say that. It's a great name. With our friend Weatherman dropping another Culture Casino cash in the tray over on Rumble saying, when all these countries do is hold out your hands to the USA, true story, and then we go, no, they think it's extortion and scream unfair. Yeah, because the system that was in place under the government corruption of the quote unquote, if you want to call it deep state, the bureaucratic state is what I'll call it, which is corrupt in and into of itself. By the way, remember when we were going to need to make a deal to raise the debt ceiling? You realize when we cut all of this garbage fluff and when tariffs come in from other nations, the Department of External Revenue, and when we're talking about getting rid of Internal Revenue Service here in the States, don't you think that's all a win? Nobody will escape from taxation? Because that's what it is. I mean, as Trump said, and Dave Chappelle made a joke about, that the situation that was happening is he worked within the system. He says the system is corrupt. And people go, well, how do you know? He says, because I use it. Thank you, Dave Chappelle. And again, it's more and more people are waking up to the lies they've been sold for so very many years. And they probably are now starting to wake up to the thing I've been trying to yell about for 5 years now, which is when the Smith-Mundt Act was manipulated in the Obama administration, the government was then allowed to lie to you, to sell you propaganda from that moment forward. And now you're seeing media contracts that are running basically ops on the U.S. population. We're about to start to talk about like things that happened that locked you all down in a very frank and honest manner. You're going to learn a lot of things you didn't know that all were supposedly conspiracy theories. Well, funny thing, hundreds of conspiracy theories have been proven to have been the truth. This is a problem. This is a problem for the deep state, or whatever you want to call them. I just say the Rockefellers and the robber baron families that have all been working against us for a very long time. But it is what it is. Regardless, let's get back to this. So here's the lie. Thank you, lady chick that I don't like. I forget her name. I don't even care. Tariffs or taxes. By imposing tariffs, this is, by the way, this is not true. This is conflating. Is the right thing. By imposing tariffs, the U.S. is taxing its own citizens, raising costs for business. No, it's not. We'll have reasonable alternatives here in the States soon enough. So if you elect to play this game, you create industries in the United States. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Is it going to happen immediately? No. Will it be a shorter period of hardship? Probably. But that's what people were saying when we threatened Canada and Mexico with hitting them with huge tariffs because they were not maintaining their border. They were not keeping, well, people from freely crossing the border. And they were allowing for shipments of all kinds of nefarious goods, in particular fentanyl and other things like that. Trafficking in these goods, bad, especially if it's people. So, what happened? Ooh, that magic word we used at the beginning of the stream. Capitulate. Those nations capitulated. Just like Mexico is going to do on this Gulf thing. They can sue Google all they want, but Google is primarily a US-based company. Sue away. Are you going to try to prevent Google from doing business in Mexico? That'd be cutting your nose off to spite your face. Wouldn't work out very well. Then you'd have a whole lot of your populace going crazy. Where's my free email? And brilliance from our good friend Clifflix. Man, I really wish we lived like close to each other because I'd love to meet and have like breakfast or lunch regularly. Anyway, let's get to it. From Clifflix for 5, Culture Casino Cash saying reciprocal tariffs allow every country to set its own U.S. tariff rate. True. You want us to drop for you? Drop it for us. Everybody wins. It's 100% fair. There's a thoughtful man right there. I'm going to keep saying it. Do check out his channel. Look, if you want to refill your joy bucket and remember what Disney used to be like, experience like the perfect amount of showmanship, Clifflix has a video record of it in an incredible way. Incredible way. YouTube is still shadow banning people. Yes, me. Help. Please help. I feel like Mila Jovovich in The Fifth Element. Please help. Anyway. Thank you guys very much. You know what? I've been in tight shot here for a while. Let's loosen that up a little bit. All right. So tariffs are taxes. Not true. By imposing tariffs, the U.S. is taxing its own citizens. Not really. Raising costs for business. Not a lot. We're going to see some serious shifts. We're going to build these industries back in the United States. Remember how they kept sending all those unimportant jobs away? Your goods would get cheaper. I think the only thing that really worked for was televisions and such, because I'm still paying a lot of money for other durable goods. And the things that we shipped out in the form of tech jobs, how are you feeling about tech right now? It's falling apart from the inside out. It's easily hackable. You can't get support for most things. They've canceled support on stuff. We're going to offshore this. We're just not going to provide it anymore. Stifling growth and fueling inflation. Actually, we're going to reduce inflation here in the United States. The faster we can get the industry cranking for oil, gas, and similar, will be good. And the faster that we can get some refineries built will be good. We need more refineries in the United States. I don't think anybody can argue with that. We got another super chat from our good friend, Dean Krantz, for 10 Culture Casino Cash. Once again, Dean stepping out, putting down the hammer. I do not want all of Canada to join the U.S. Neither do I. And I don't think they do either. I know my Canadian friends enjoy being Canadian, right? Canadian Spider-Man. And obviously, Randall Orser, all of my the Canadians from Canada. I don't think you want to leave. And I don't think you want to be at war with. That's the most ridiculous thing I've been seeing in social media. We're going to go at the war with the United States. That'll last 5 days at most, maybe 2. How long do you think that sustained engagement would last? Just using traditional weapons? Where do you guys think you get some of your stuff? The French? Sure. That's perfect fighting equipment. Anyway, I do not want all of Canada to join the U.S. I would like to invite people and government of Alberta to become part of the American family. I offer you our money, identity, military, and First Amendment. I'm telling you right now, if you can get us free access to Alaska to make it more part of the quote-unquote continental U.S., I think that'd be great. Alberta'd be fine, but I need that. I need a nice, clear path for pipes, for pipelines, that is, from Alaska and similar. I need those things as an American. I also want to take that little strip of ocean that goes across the top of you, and I want to build a nice big port for tourism and industry on Greenland. Wild, I know, but these are the kinds of strategic alliances that we needed to have put together long ago. But again, in order to maintain power, the elements that are part of the WEF and other evil doers, they don't want that. It'd be fun to have Greenland. I think they'd be great. What a territory. Beautiful country. A little cold. Hey, Randy Thoto is out there. And I don't know what it is, but Randy Thoto gets blocked somehow. Alberta is base. This is a true story. Yeah, how about it's great. Thank you, Dean. And everybody else. You're Radwin. We still use cannonballs. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't want to. Look, I love my Canadian friends, so please don't misunderstand me. So, culture, all the hosiery mills in my area were shut down. I hope we can get them back. And see, these are the things, right? Like, why isn't Bombas operating in the United States? I'm not sure that I don't know that they aren't, but I mean, don't you want to buy socks from the U.S.? Don't you want to push back against other places and get cotton back here? Wouldn't you like your Levi's jeans, your denim, made here? How about, a nice flannel shirt? Where's flannel industry? It's not in the U.S. anymore. Does cheap always mean better? Usually not. M Tax Shark for 5 more Culture Casino Cash. Thank you, my friend. Let's take a look. Great point on Canada, Dean. Yeah, Dean was brilliant there. Dean's often brilliant. Canadians were okay with truckers being debunked and churches shut down. But now they're really mad. I'm telling you right now. That was such a travesty. Ugh, still mad. No diesel, no war machine. True story. Whoa. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Ow! Little James Brown. Look at these amazing beings. I love you all. This is a great conversation. Regardless, let's wrap it up because, whoa, shoot, we got to get over to Midnight's Edge. It's not clear yet what countermeasures would apply. Trump slapped similar tariffs on EU steel and aluminum during his first term, which enraged European and other allies. I don't think he cares anymore. He's not listening to the same group of humans any longer, and I think he's better for it. If they asked the rest of Canada if Quebec should leave, we'd vote yes. All right. Well, on that note, we got to get to Midnight's Edge in the morning so we can hang out with my friends over there. This was a lovely way to end a week on a happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to say it this way, as I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, please. It's good hygiene. Let's get through the winter with less sickness, please. And until next time, see ya. For real.